The Three Little Pigs and the Somewhat Bad Wolf by Mark Tang. This obviously is a variation on the classic Three Little Pigs. I like this one particular because it gives a bit more motivation for why the different characters, the pigs are acting a certain way, and the wolf is acting a certain way. But in this story, well, the pigs live on a farm, and the farmer's moving, so the pigs have to, well, they gotta find somewhere else to live. Gotta find new work, gotta find somewhere else to live. And off they go. There is one thing I don't particularly like about this book, and I cover with a lot of discussion with my kids, that they're equating laziness with chips and soda. And chips and soda are what we call pleasure foods. Some people call them junk foods. We prefer in our classroom to call them pleasure foods because they're not bad. They just are not necessarily nutritious, and they're eaten for pleasure. They're eaten for as a treat, or during celebrations. If you're in a faith-based school, like Catholicism or some other liturgical, and there is both feast days and fast days. You could talk this as a feast day food, not a food that we eat when we're celebrating, but we do not eat when we are fasting or we're doing penance. So that is one thing I don't particularly like about this book, is the fact that it equates junk food with laziness, because both of them are would be considered vices, but they're not necessarily the same. And the pigs in this, the reason why they're being so cheap on their building is because, well, one pig wants to buy soda pop and the other one wants to buy chips, and they want to use their money to buy chips. But the third pig uses all of her money on the building materials for her house. Pig, and third pig working hard. Adding to her house, a very nice looking house. Hey, Francis. And the wolf comes into town. Yes. The wolf comes into town, and the wolf goes, he's hungry. He is somewhat bad, but he is hungry. He goes to different shops and different places to get food. And, that didn't quite work all that well. They either won't serve him or are not open. So, on he goes. He comes to the straw house. And he is quite hungry. So, he did what the bad wolf does, and then off goes the pig. And he goes to the next house. He is quite surprised he's able to do this. I mean, who would think you blow on something and it falls down? So he does that with the second pig, and off the second pig goes. And he is still very hungry. Okay, so he comes to the third house, and he huffs and he puffs and he huffs and he puffs, and nothing happens, and he passes out. And the pigs show him mercy. He goes, he's obviously hungry. Maybe you'll give him some chips. Maybe you'll give him some soda pop. And that's what the two younger pigs decide to do. But the oldest pig, she goes, no. Dinner's almost ready. We're eating dinner. So the pigs move in. And so did the wolf. And they all live happily ever after. I do not like that, it equated potato chips and junk food and pleasure food to laziness. But that's my only real complaint about this book. We would probably read this book during classic tales in our core knowledge curriculum. This is not a book that's required by the curriculum, but it's a book I would add to the curriculum. Well, thank you for watching, and I hope this helps you in your classroom.